Hey guys, welcome back. I'm edcgunner, and today I have a very cool watch to show you. And I thought, let me give you a different perspective, so you can see the watch better, like this. And do let me know in the comment section how do you like this. So this is a vintage Seiko LCD. When I first got it, I thought it was one of the James Bond Seikos, but it's not. And actually, it was falsely reported to be one of the James Bond, but it's not. This is a Seiko A159, and it's a super cool vintage watch. And the more I have it, the more I wear it, the more I play with it. I just, I love it. I love it. It's super cool. It's vintage. And definitely beats Casio F191 or whatever it's called, which was my first watch. But this one is so much cooler, guys. So, yeah. So welcome back, welcome to another watch review, and today I'm gonna show you this Seiko Beauty. There is something about this old vintage Seikos, and I don't mean that they are very valuable or especially cool, but there is something about them that I just like, and that appeal of a old vintage digital watch. It's super cool. You can see this watch is super beat up. You can see the scratches all over the place. Some people may call it's a character. I don't like to call it like that, but definitely it is super worn, and this watch has seen a lot of wrist time in its time. And I bet the person who originally bought this was the coolest person on planet. And back in the 70s, these watches were all the rage, especially when the Seiko decided to launch one of its first product placements into James Bond series. And the James Bond movies from the 70s and 80s were 007 agent wore Seiko vintage. Well, it's not vintage, but he wore Seiko LCD, liquid crystal display watch, and this one has alarm, and this is one of the first features with the digital watches with alarm. You may not think today about alarm feature a lot, but it's super handy. Alarm on a watch is very handy, and this one, when it sounds for a full minute, and it beeps and can definitely wake you up. The band is typical band for the period, and I think, in my opinion, that if you like Casio F91, it's a $10 watch. This watch is a bit more dollars, but it's a very cool looking watch, and I just wanted to show you. There's not much else to say. This watch is made of stainless steel, has a Seiko module, A159, and has 4 pushers. At the beginning of the video, I told you that I found PDF manual in color. So if you are interested, I will put that in the description box. So if you happen to have this one, you can find the old instructions, how to use a stopwatch, how to set alarm. And matter of fact, when I first got this one, the alarm was on, and at the same time, every day it annoyed me because it turned on. So I had to research and learn how to shut off the alarm. It's quite easy actually, but you have to do the research. You can see it tells time, and I love the digital time display because my first watch was a Casio F91, I believe, and I just love it. So ever since then, I have a soft spot for a watch that has a digital display of time, and even G-Shocks. I prefer digital or ana-digi with the hands. Up in there, it has a day of the week indicator. You can see today's Monday, and has a stopwatch, and has a lap indicator and counters and whatnot. But honestly, I don't use any of that. I may use alarm function. It may be functional, but yeah, this watch is super cool, and I cannot stop looking at it. For some reason, I love it, and yeah, I think it's a collectible. Also, this watch is collectible, and I think it's more collectible than any modern watch, and definitely it's cooler than any other modern watch you can buy today. Of course, if you cannot find this one, the best place to source them is eBay, vintage pawn shops, flea markets, and places like that. But if you prefer something modern and new, then I suggest you grab a Casio that looks like this one, and I will put some link in the description box so you can check it out. But this one's definitely cooler and gives you bonus points. So the band of the watch is surprisingly good and comfortable for the watch of this era and age, because we all know they had a crappy bracelets back in the day, even Rolex. But it works well with the watch, and I would not put it on a needle because this band's super comfortable. I don't know how it would look on the needle, but this is just a cool example. It is a little beat up, but it happens. So here we have an interesting way of replacing batteries. Something you can see on a Swatch watches. Just a little here knob, you unscrew it, replace a battery, and that's it. You don't have a need to open the rest of the case to touch about it. And the reference on this one, this is a module A159-5009G, and yeah, that's it. Cool little watch from me, DC Gunner, to you, and definitely much cooler than a modern watches, because this was the smartwatch back in the days, like now Apple smartwatches and whatnot. The only thing I hate about this watch, it's been worn so much that it has lots of micro scratches and swirls and everything else, but camera picks a lot of them. In real life, it doesn't really matter, it doesn't really tell, and it doesn't show a lot like on that. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. I'm DC Gunner. If you have one of these watches, make sure to check. If you don't know how to use it, there's a link at PDF instruction manual, so I'm not gonna go how to set it. It's super easy. You have 4 buttons here, and it even has a light. I forgot to show you. Let me just show you the light. So you can see the light. Hopefully you can see the light. And it's sufficient enough to you can see the time in the battery in the night, but it's not an LCD. Definitely, like Timex has, but this, gotta keep in mind, this is circa 77, what I've been able to determine. So this is a late 70s watch, pioneers of digital watches from Seiko. Who else than Seiko? Seiko makes a lot of watches nowadays, but they have a huge and very respectable history that goes back a long way, and of course even today Seiko is a brand that I can highly recommend everyone. Even to if you want a first watch, you don't know what to get a Seiko. You need a first watch, quartz Seiko, automatic Seiko. They deliver and they give you lots of value for money, and this is just something else. This is something from the history, and it's super cool watch. I've been wearing this and using this for probably a month now, and I just enjoy putting it occasionally on my wrist. Of course, this is not my main watch that I wear every day, but even on the days when I'm wearing some other watches, when I get back home at the evening, I just put this on my wrist, and it somehow, through all the scratches and everything, manages somehow to put a smile on my face. So that's what matters about watches. So thank you guys, thank you for watching EDC Gunner. Please like, share, subscribe, and see you on the next one.